So you want to make videos? Well, you're going to need some gear. Okay, let me clear something up right at the start.
With Fab in your washing machine, clothes come white as white and clean as clean.
There are some people who shoot awesome video with low-end devices like phones, iPads, and little HD cameras. They know about shooting techniques, lighting, continuity, color correction, sound. They have a ton of experience. And they know how to get what they want out of these devices. If you're new to shooting, you can fall into two traps. The first is thinking your videos suck because you can't get awesome video like the pros do with the gears you have. That's not true. You're missing the basics, knowing what your gear can and can't do, and the experience of doing it. The other is thinking you need to spend a ton of money on gear. That's not true either. I can give a beginner the best gear in the business and their video will be crap. Why? Because they're missing the basics, knowing what their gear can and can't do, and the experience of doing it. You can learn all about driving a car, and until you know the basics of driving, what the car can and can't do, and you've gained the experience of doing it, you're going to suck at driving. So, let's start with the gear you must have to shoot video. The first is something to record the video on. This can be a camcorder or a camera that shoots HD video. Camcorders are somewhat self-contained. They have a lens, sound and microphone jacks, and other goodies built in. Cameras that shoot high-definition video like Canon or Nikon are referred to as DSLRs. Cameras have interchangeable lenses. They're not as self-contained as camcorders, whereas camcorders usually come with a nice zoom lens and microphone and headphone jack. Frankly, I don't want to get into the camcorder versus DSLR debate. When you're all done gearing up, it's going to cost you about the same money for the same level of equipment. So let's say you now have your shooting camera. For you DSLR guys, if you didn't buy the camera in a package, you opened up the box, installed the battery, turned it on, and wondered why the hell you couldn't even take a picture of it. Well, that's just the camera body and nothing else. So the next thing you need is some glass, otherwise known as lenses, which can cost from $50,000 to $50,000. If you skimp on the lens, your video is going to look like crap. If you invest thousands and tens of thousands of dollars on a lens, in my opinion, it's a waste of money until you know what you're doing. You should get a good, fairly cheap fixed lens, about $100 to $300, and a decent zoom lens, about $400 to $800. See the links below for some suggestions. And don't forget a lens cleaning kit. Your lenses will get dirty. The paper towel will scratch the lens. Okay, you've got your camera and your lens, you're ready to go, right? No. You're going to need some memory cards to record the video on. I highly suggest these memory cards as they are fast, not only in the camera, but transferring the video to your computer. The link is below. Get a couple, because if you lose one, you're screwed. Now you're ready. Let's assume you have read the manual, so you know how to turn the camera on and shoot video. Leave everything on auto and go shoot stuff. Indoors, outdoor, people, mountains, trains, planes, cars, your feet, and bugs. And don't forget to focus. Then come back when you're done. You're back. Full day of shooting probably didn't happen because you ran out of battery power, so get some extra batteries. In the meantime, you'll need to take the video that you recorded and put it on your computer. If you don't have a computer, you're kind of screwed. So let's assume you have a computer. So, take the memory card out of your camera or your camcorder and plug it into... Oops. You don't have a card reader? Easy. You'll need one of those, so go get one. They're pretty cheap. Copy the video from your card to your computer. Hopefully you've got space left on your hard drive because these files can be huge. If you don't, clear off some space on your hard drive or go get another one and connect it up. Now the files are on your computer. Hopefully, when you double click on the files, they open up and you can view them. If you can't, you're gonna need some additional software, like QuickTime, which is usually free. Also, if you play the video and it chokes and stutters, you might need more memory or a faster computer. Now that we can play our video, we don't care what it looks like. We don't care it's shaky, everything's blown out or dark. What we do know is we can go out and shoot video, get it on our computer, and look at it. Now let's assume you can cut your video up and you want to show it to other people. You need to get some editing software that runs on your computer. You can get free stuff or spend thousands of dollars on editing software. I suggest you keep it simple to start. I've included some links below to various editing software. I'm sure you can find others. Now, open your video in your editor and bring in all your footage. Start slicing and dicing and chop out all the bad or boring stuff and make a short 1-minute video. Render it out, upload it to YouTube. You've just gone through the whole process of making a video. Now that you can do all that, you need to read, watch, learn, and practice, 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 and practice. When you get really good shooting with the camera and the lens and the stuff you have and your editing software, it's time to up the game. Here's all the other stuff you can acquire along the way, although I highly suggest you get one thing at a time, get really good at it before moving on to the next thing. Tripods. If you hadn't noticed, your video is probably shaky. You need something to help steady the camera. That's what a good tripod does, and also allows you to move the camera back and forth, up and down, for some added effect to your shots. Sound. Camera sound basically sucks. Get a Zoom H1, 4N, video mic, shotgun mic, or something that will record good sound. Learn how to sync it up in your video editor. And don't forget a good set of headphones. Lights. Cameras love lights. Home Depot lights, ambient lights, spotlights, photography lights, camera-mounted LED lights, or anything else that gives off light will make your videos look better. So go get some lights. That's pretty much the basic stuff you'll need to make videos. As you get better, you'll have the opportunity to spend all sorts of money on things like this. External monitor lets you see what you're focusing on instead of looking through a crappy little 3-inch viewfinder. Video fluid heads, these ensure the left and right and up and down movement that you make are silky smooth. Sliders. These let you shoot those awesome horizontal and vertical and forward and backward shots you see in the movies. Jibs and cranes. These allow you to shoot great moving shots up into the air and down to the ground. Shoulder rigs. These allow you to mount the camera and all your video and sound gear on it and walk or run around with your camera, sometimes referred to as run and gun shooting. Quick release or rapid connect adapters. You buy a bunch of these and install them on your tripods, sliders, shoulder rigs, and jibs. That way you can just slide the camera off, put it onto the other, quite easy. Cases and bags. You gotta have something to carry your gear, especially if you're traveling. Green and blue screens. These are great for shooting something and then replacing the green or blue background with something else. They come in really large sizes and some are smaller and portable. Better sound gear. You can get good XLR type microphones like those used in a recording studio. Depending on your type of camera or camcorder, you might need a preamp like this. Clamps, brackets, clips, clothespins. These are invaluable for clamping stuff around your set. Stands, microphone stands, boom poles, light stands, anything that helps your stuff stay put. More cameras. There will always be a better camera and lens on the horizon, and you'll be tempted to get one, or 6. The list can go on, but this gives you some idea of what you may be getting into if you want to do some serious filmmaking. Finally, you may want to keep 2 things in mind. First, you should fully understand the gear you have, how to use it, and then go out and use it. You should be able to decide what kind of shot you want and use the gear you have to shoot it without ever having to think about the technical details of the gear. That way, you can just envision something, go out and create what you want to create without falling over all the technical details. When you've achieved that with the gear you have, then buy the next piece of gear. Understand it, use it till you don't even have to think about it. Second, the only way you're going to become a better filmmaker is by filming things. That's done by going out and shooting different types of video with the gear you have and doing it over and over and over and over again. Volunteer to shoot video clips and segments for your local school and different community clubs. Join filmmaking clubs in your area and hook up with people who need help. Check out various sites like Craigslist. See if someone needs help on a set or a shoot. And shoot local events like parades and festivals in your town. You may not be experienced enough to shoot a wedding, but see if you could shoot it anyway while the hired pros do your thing. You'll certainly learn something. Check with local bands. Tell them you're not good enough yet, but you want to learn, so you'll shoot their video for them for free. And make tons of videos and upload them to YouTube. Who cares if they suck? You're learning, and the people who are ultra critical about your stuff are either a-holes or they can't create their own stuff anyway, so ignore them. Like any art form, if you're willing to put in the time, and if you continue to learn your art and your tools and practice them, you'll become the filmmaker that you want to be. I hope this helps you on the road to becoming a better filmmaker, and thanks for watching.